Many Ugandans setting resolutions for the year 2015 to the political arena. The year is being perceived as a turning point in Uganda's politics. In parliament, many are uncertain on whether they will reclaim their seats as flag bearers of the respective parties, especially after the Electoral Commission set February this year for parties to start holding their delegates' conference and party primaries.
I have a feeling balancing the constituency and to create an environment that returns you to parliament for another term, and at the same time creating a situation where you need to be in parliament when there's somebody running after your position.
More independent MPs are going to come because the elections are not going to be free and fair. But there are people who are supported by their voters. Whether you bring a bulldozer, you cannot remove them. People will vote them.
We know we are not yet organized on the primaries. We don't know which form it is going to take, whether we are going to line up. Of course, we're talking about line up because we don't have the money. The government doesn't have the money. The party doesn't have the money.
The road to 2016 will mainly be determined by the outcomes of the proposed electoral reforms and review of the Constitution. Key among the reforms that many think may not happen is the restoration of presidential term limits, with many still wondering whether having an independent electoral commission can be a reality given the numerical strength of the ruling party in the House.
The electoral commission of the country will never be independent unless something happens. The electoral commission will never be independent if President Museveni is the one determining the shape and the program of the electoral commission.
Independent commission is constitutional, and that one you can't change. It's a constitutional that we must have an independent electoral commission. That institution must be there. The others are secondary.
And I would like to warn colleagues in Parliament that if they try to frustrate these reforms, they will be the first victims of a badly organized election. They will be the first victims.
While we say the opposition have been losing the elections for many years, I can still say they have issues with the Electoral Commission. But I can still say that the suggestions they are going to bring during the amendments will definitely try to streamline the Electoral Commission.
In spite of these major events geared at shaping the governance of the country, the opposition says a ploy to have the opposition weakened by the regime in power is at play.
At a very critical moment when we're supposed to be crystallizing this unity, voices of division have already emerged, implying that opposition unity is still a long way.
For us, much confusion is expected to play in the political courtyard of the ruling party. The opposition also forecast major defection within it.
We expect the renaissance, the rebirth of FDC or the death of FDC. The time we shall go to the delegates conference to elect new party leadership and also to elect probably a flag bearer.
We might be witnessing the demise of the post-independence political groups, and perhaps I envisage an inevitable emergence of another political force.
Though the opposition is likely to face major setbacks, the ruling party, the NRM, is also anticipating a political rift which in one way or the other may to a larger extent affect its anticipated victory in 2016 if the internal leadership squabbles are not resolved. Timothy Bassi, Star Vision, Kampala.